track. I'm the one sliding on shit like trackpad. I'm not putting no names on a guest list. Buy a ticket, it's an investment. Why I got people I don't know in my green room drinking all my refreshments. You can't enjoy my rider if you're not a ride or die. If you're here for my vagina, then you will not be revitalized. I gotta go hit up Ian for curry whenever I'm back in town. And whenever I leave, I'm propping us up in rooms, go ask around. I'm smoking on everyone who can't write a rap right now, come past the loud. I got my ears to the streets for ghosts like a hound, I'm tracking them down. I don't know about snakes and fakes and frauds, cause I don't have them around. When they give me some bread, first order of business is trying to ration it out. Cause we went from sleeping on floors for tours and upgraded to having a couch. So when we graduate to hotels, I'm buying a whole team a cap and a gown. If they call me an industry plant after this, me and Etai laughing out loud. You take those doubts that you said about me and you put them back in your mouth. I spent all my life looking back at the mirror till I was looking back at a crowd. The way that I'm going to the top like this, you think I turn gravity round. Fuck what they're talking about, bitches, go time. Yeah, when this just the warm up before the show time. Yeah, when shake up the game and fuck up the coastline. Yeah, when nobody realer, I'm on that glow grind.
Yeah, when
before the showtime. Shake up the game and fuck up the coastline. Nobody realer, I'm on that.
Hello. Let me get this mic right. Hello, and welcome to the fourth episode of Abnormal Blends up here on Relate Radio. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a while since I was up here. Last time was in May, actually. And I've been trying to, get back to making this show a bit more regular, but then life happens and things happen and you always end up just not making it as often as you can. But if this is your first time tuning in and listening to me and perhaps seeing me as well, let me introduce myself. My name is Emmanuel. My friends call me Emma, and when I'm on the decks and the ones and twos, I go by REZX. And Abnormal Blends is about mixing all sorts of genres with a focus on dance music, but going in directions that are not necessarily expected, because that's kind of like what I like to do. I like to keep people guessing And also, this is about picking tracks based on how I feel, and also discoveries and tunes that I've just been, buying recently on Bandcamp or other platforms. So for today, it's going to be really about duality, about wanting to, burn the whole world down, but also feeling hopeful, about being pissed off, but also ecstatic, about fighting, but also dancing. That's how I've been, I think, for most of my life. And it's, of course, with the way that stuff has been developing around the world recently, it only has intensified that feeling. This is going to be a very abnormal mix to make justice to the name. And it's going to be a lot of feelings, a lot of states. I also didn't really rehearse this a lot at home, so it's going to be a lot of improvisation. So apologies in advance if I make some mistakes. But okay, let's get into it. Let's cut this perhaps annoying loop by now. And as always, it's Free Palestine, and remember that joy is an act of rebellion.
was ich mache. Er sagt, ja, dann heb nicht ab, doch ich bin schon am Terminal. Crop Top, Drop Top in einen weißen Convertible. Und was einer von euch denkt, juckt mich nicht mal 1%. Wenn ich droppe, ist das für die deutsche Szene ein Geschenk. Und zur Schwestern ein Gedanke, ja, das nennt man Synergie. Das ist kein Hobby, Anne, ich mach für mein Leben lang Musik. Was ein Film, gestern habt ihr nicht gerufen, jetzt wollt ihr auf einmal chillen. Doch ihr habt hier nicht zu suchen, weil mein Kreis ist klein wie Liechtenstein. Das heißt, wir können sicher sein, das heißt, wir sind nicht allein. Polo in Türkis, Gianno sagt, die Show war mies. Die macht 20 Jahre Promo für einen toten Song, darf's nie. Sicher auf das, was Jada sagt und nicht das, was ein Label sagt. Papa hat mir die CDs gebrannt, wir waren nie beim Mediamarkt.
Ich bin noch nicht blöd.
Und was einer von euch denkt, juckt mich nicht mal 1%. Wenn ich droppe, ist das für die deutsche Szene ein Geschenk. Und zwei Schwestern ein Gedanke, ja, das nennt man Synergie. Das ist kein Hobby, Anne, ich mach für mein Leben lang Musik. Und was einer von euch denkt, juckt mich nicht mal 1%. Wenn ich droppe, ist das für die deutsche Szene ein Geschenk. Und zwei Schwestern ein Gedanke, ja, das nennt man Synergie. Das ist kein Hobby, Anne, ich mach für mein Leben lang Musik.
Southside,
know what's up. Oh, damn, I don't even come up this far. Hit Catcade on the Sunday, say a parking lot prayer, no gunplay. I just wanna kick back, relax, shout it booty poke in the Monday. How about the seat slide? It's nice to meet you, green eyes. Let's take a lap, I bring you right back to your friends before they start tripping. As I see the niggas from the glide with the golden teeth. I don't even know if they notice me. They don't even know that we way too deep. I'm from the west and they from the east, and all white tees looking like sheep. I don't even wanna get blood on my sneaks. We throwing up fours and ones and threes and talking about west side, west end, what's happening? West side, east side. Hey, we just pull up the boiler, bro. Where you at? Southside, Clayco, throw that shit up.
You ain't never been to Skate Town. All national, you know it go down. You ain't never been to Cascade on the west side of MLK. You ain't never been to Golden Glide. It's in the day. You ain't never been to Smoke Coast, sliding with your babe. I ain't never been to Skate Zone, 'cause it's something more. I'ma pack a corner. I'ma take the class and meet tomorrow. Freaky ass, freaky ass, freaky ass. Like a fool, I act like a bop. I don't give no fuck. Kinda feeling French, my papa gets on every watch. What? I might crash the stock. Double up on top. Pop, 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 pop. Snake passionately, paid in cash already. I let her wait. She makes to get it. She on a glass of Henny. She gonna crash the Bentley. Look at the way she get it. You like getting loose, you can't get enough. I'm in love with you only when we fuck. I act like a fool, I act like a bop. I don't give no fuck. Kinda feeling French, my papa gets on every watch. What? I might crash the stock. Double up on top. Pop, 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 pop. Snake passionately, paid in cash already. I let her wait.
cash to get it. She on a glass of Henny, she gonna crash the Bentley. Look at the way, the way, the way, the way, the way she get it.
Get down, little mama. If you don't do it for him, what you do for me? You better do it for him. You better do it for me. I told her bring her friends. Get them tipsy, X will make them go hard. Let me knock it out the ballpark. Bentley big enough for all y'all. Coach a squad and now they all stars. Hey, so get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. If you don't do it for him, you better do it for me. If you don't do it for him, better do it for me. Hey, get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. You know I'm looking for a free. If you don't do it for him, better do it for me. Better do it for me. Go ahead, get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. On the floor like bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang, 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 ski, ski. Go get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. My future baby mama. On the way, on the plate. She down the plate. She serve it up. I clean the plate. To make sure, yeah, all that ass. Now how to lay, little mama. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. Head down like bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang, bang, bang. Make it swing like a chain. Make it swing like a chain. Then let me clap something, let me clap something, let me clap something, let me clap something. Make it roll, booty swole, up and down, up and fold. Touch your toes, up and down, hit the floor. Let me bang, 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 bang. Make it swing like a chain. Make it swing like a chain.
Yeah, but technical difference, yeah? Pussy. Remember, yeah, Wolf back in this motherfucker, yeah? Difference, yeah? Pussy. Remember, yeah, Wolf back in this motherfucker, yeah?
Dime qué tengo que hacer, ya mismo va a amanecer. A ti te doy hasta la clave de mi ser. Quiero comerte como ser. ¿Cómo te llamas? Nos podemos conocer. Te juro ser un placer. Esos ojitos te lo hicieron a pincel. Otra como tú no vuelven a ser. Ese culo es arte de exhibición. Si quieres yo pago una suscripción. Diosa, esa es tu definición. Te quiero con todo y la bendición. Única, no tienes mala. Tú te mereces caminar en pasarela. Fumo y los ojos se ponen como espinela. Quiero hacerte un gol y que suene en la bubucela. Algunos piensan que es de Venezuela, pero es de perra, adicto a la candela. Mami, tú eres mi santa, yo te prendo vela, esperando a que me quieras.
Sorry, papi, yo no soy tu mami. No, yo hago lo que yo quiera y también tengo lo mío en la cartera. Sorry, papi, yo no soy tu mami. No, yo hago lo que yo quiera y también tengo lo mío en la cartera.
Everything I wish to put my enemies. Read the blocks I came up from and I still made it. Got money, money, money on lock. Save 3 times for my niggas locked up. Mumsy praying when the bloods get hot. South of the river so you know it's non-stop. I got niggas trying to trip me out pride. I got galley trying to hit me on the side. I got enough people praying on me. Them niggas try to send for me. Envy and jealousy. Everything I wish to put my enemies. Read the blocks I came up from and I still made it. Shed tears when my sister died. Nearly made a nigga lose his mind. But my dogs never hung me dry. Me dry. No, don't hit my phone. I'd rather be alone again. Off my phone again. I was on. Bitch, don't hit my phone. I'd rather be alone again. In my zone again.
Look, she was thick but she finna know. Didn't wanna know but she finna know. Black British music, listen out. Told Jim you already did your sister proud. Leicester, testers, we giving out testers. Parents, we giving out lectures. Never had nothing but a Lexus, Texas, vex us. Remember the galley them left us. Yeah. Now it's me they prefer. She wanna learn about the bees and the birds. Santan bought her the Wizzy outright. Ironic cause really the least she deserves. Creep on the curbs.
Envy and jealousy.
And a big 4-5 my enemies, frenemies. This thing sing like melody. Melanie gave me the words stepped in like forgive me, excuse me Whitney. What you want, car one, never pick me. Street team in the 16 with me. Touch mine and we mash up the strip scene.